Hey, what is up you guys? Welcome back to the channel for another video. It is the biggest bird in the verse. It is fried chicken. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different by running some tests with salvaging. I do believe that I discovered a faster method to salvage in order to gather more RMC faster with both the MISC Fortune and the Drake Vulture. For both of these ships, I'm going to be using the upgraded module in order to gather as much RMC as fast as possible. So the main focus of this video is to see how long it takes to gather one SCU of RMC using the new method that I decided to use versus the old method that I was using before in the past to see which one is more efficient. I'm going to be doing this with the MISC Fortune and also the Drake Vulture. I'm going to be timing them both. So the method that I'm testing only took 47 seconds in order to gather one SCU of RMC. To explain what I'm doing, I am quickly brushing the surface of the ship that I'm salvaging, just tickling it if you will, just to get as much RMC as possible without burning a hole into the hull. Now, I scavenged through YouTube and watched about 30 separate videos from a bunch of different content creators just to see how they were salvaging, and they were all -1 were doing the method where you would scrape until you reach the bottom of the hull and slowly creep your way across the ship, eating away at it. And again, I'm also going to time this as well to see how long it takes me to be able to gain one SCU of RMC using the other method. With the MISC Fortune, using the old method, it took almost a whole minute and a half to gain one SCU of RMC. In my opinion, it takes a lot of time and it's more optimal to use the other method because it shaves off a whole 40 seconds off your time gathering this RMC. Using my new method, if it's new, it would take you about 20 minutes in order to gather 25 SCU of cargo versus the old method, which will take you 36 minutes to gather that much cargo with the MISC Fortune. Keep in mind, these times can vary depending on your own efficiency and focus when you're salvaging other ships in the game. But now, let's move on to the Drake Vulture, just to see how efficient my method is versus the old way. We are going to start this off with the Drake Vulture using my method, just to see how fast we can gather 1 SCU of RMC. "26 seconds is all it took for the Drake Vulture to gather 1 SCU of RMC using my method. That is incredibly fast, and it is not easy to not burn holes into the ship. But now let's try the older method to see how long it will take for the Drake Vulture to gather 1 SCU of RMC. "40 seconds flat doing it the old way. Now these numbers can change again depending on your own efficiency while doing this. So if you're doing it the way that I first did it, then it would take you about 5.5 minutes in order to get full inventory 13 SCU inside the Vulture, and if you did the old way, it would take you about 8.5 minutes. I am not including times that it would take for you to hop out of the driver's seat, go to the cargo hold, and position your cargo as the dispenser is spitting them out within the Vulture. That is something that you'd have to calculate on your own time, because everyone does that a little different. And boom, that is pretty much it. I do believe that the method that I'm using in order to gain RMC faster is actually faster without burning holes through the hull of the ship. Again, like I said, I was doing some research before I made this video because I was curious and cautious, just because I did not know if this was already a thing in the verse. Again, I watched about 30 different videos from several other content creators who were doing salvage, and I was paying close attention to how they were salvaging, and they were all pretty much burning holes to the hull of the ship in order to gather their RMC, and it was very slow. And I told myself, well, this way's faster, and in my opinion, by a decent margin. You know, if you can shave off 10 minutes while salvaging out there in Yale's asteroid field, then you're definitely doing something. If you're in a smaller ship like a Vulture or the Fortune, then you really have to be conscious of what you're doing out there and how you're utilizing your machine. But now I challenge any of you guys to see if you're able to salvage 1 SCU of RMC faster than me, either using the Vulture or the Fortune. Let me know down in the comments what your times are. I'm very curious if you guys are actually able to beat it or not. I'm probably sure someone who's dedicated will. So let's see what you guys could do. But please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon for all of my future noties. But it is the biggest bird in the verse. Fried chicken out.